Clip holsters, gimmick or not? Let's talk about it. So before we get into today's video, I just wanted to apologize to you guys. I have not posted in 2 weeks. I know, it hurt me. It hurt me so bad. But I was in Vegas watching UFC fights, stuff like that. So I have been very busy. But we will continue with the regular scheduled program, okay? So yes, there will be a video next week, which is going to be Christmas. Maybe we'll do something special. I don't know yet. But yeah, so my bad, guys. Back to the video. So first up on our gimmick or not is going to be night sights. So these are some night sights, as you can see here. I'll show a video what it looks like at night too, so you can really tell. These have became really popular, especially recently. A lot more and more people are getting them, but with that comes other people saying that they're a gimmick and that it's not really useful. So let's break it down. First up, I just want to talk about the usage of night sights, right? So the main argument is it's dark out, clearly, hence the name night sights. It's dark outside, and they say that if you have a intruder or a assailant or whoever approaching you, you're not going to be able to see your iron sights if it's pitch black outside. Now, depending on what iron sights you have, that's mostly true. I mean, Glock does have their stock night sight. I mean, stock sights, as you can see here, are white. So you can see them, but not even close to as good as night sights are. Night sights, in my opinion, are not a gimmick. I think that they are very useful in several situations. A lot of people say, that's why you have a flashlight. Yeah, that's true, but they even help when your flashlight is on because it just really highlights those iron sights way beyond anything else. Night sights are definitely legit. Definitely legit. So next up is going to be a clip holster. So I'm not really sure if that's the correct name for it. That's just what I call it, so live with it. It mounts right to your back plate, so you take off your stock back plate, you put on theirs, screw it right in, and that's it. Functionality wise, I haven't seen a problem with it. I've shot probably a couple thousand rounds through this already. I've had it on here for a few months, and I've seen no problems. So as functionality goes, not a problem over here. You guys may be different, but I have not seen a problem. Let's get into the pros. So pro is, here's your waistband. This is about how low it's going to sit on your belt. So that's super huge for concealability, right? I mean, that's better than your average holstered firearm. I mean, that sits way lower. So huge for concealment. That, for me, is about where the pros stop. So everything else about this clip holster is going to be a con, in my opinion. The first con I'm going to talk about is going to be how you cannot conceal this with one in the head. Now just hold on, okay? Because I know you guys are already typing on the keyboard. I know it, okay? Just stop and hear me out. I know there's a thing that goes over the trigger guard or over the trigger, and you can stop your finger or other garments from pulling the trigger, okay? Yeah, I know, and it's dumb, and I'll tell you why it's dumb. I feel like for a clip holster to be a clip holster, it's supposed to be simple, right? This is all you need. It's just the firearm in your waistband, boom, you're ready to go. Adding those extra things with the string on it, it goes over your thing, I feel like you're just working towards a holster. You know what I mean? You're putting all the steps in place to just become a holster. So why not just do that? Why not just have a holster? It doesn't really make any sense to me. So in those things, I still don't fully trust them. So that is one of the huge cons, is going to be trigger safety. So you may ask yourself, well, Trayden, do you carry it? I do, only in one certain situation. I only carry this specific firearm on my crotch rocket because I'm always leaning on the tank, right? So normal, I carry appendix, and normal holsters get in the way and just push on me and are super uncomfortable. And even if I put it on the side, it's still super uncomfortable. So that's the whole reason I purchased this. And yes, I do not carry one in the head. So is it pointless to even carry it because I'm a big supporter of one in the head? Probably, but I just do it anyway, okay? Live with it. So that's why I have it, and that is the only scenario in which I will trust this thing and use it. Every other situation, in my opinion, I would just much rather have a holster. And that's why I'm going to go with gimmick on this one. I think it's a big gimmick. Next up is going to be red dots. Now, I know everybody and their mom has got a red dot, okay? It's the new wave. Everybody's got one. They're awesome. However, there are still some people out there that are very against red dots. And yep, I'm talking about the Iron Sight Warriors. These guys hate red dots. Iron sights is the way to go. They will never change. I like to ask those people, do you still ride your horse to work? It's okay to change, brother. It's okay to change. And in this situation, it is a great change. Red dots are absolutely fabulous in every single way. They make you shoot faster. You're more accurate. Everything. Okay? Everything that you can do with iron sights, just try a red dot. Just try it, because I promise you, you're going to get better. And you're going to like it a lot more because it's super simple. A dummy could do it. Okay? Red dots. Legit, not a gimmick. Next. All right, next one is one I don't hear too often, but I put it in this video because I hear it enough that I was like, okay, I gotta talk about this. So next up is going to be compensators. Now, this, in my opinion, is almost 50-50. I hear people say they love compensators. I hear people say that they're a gimmick and that it doesn't actually help. Now, from my personal experience, I believe that compensators are legit. I really do. So, especially in things like a Micro 9, like this 43X. I've shot a 43X with a compensator on it, and I can tell you it is a hell of a lot different than a regular 43X. Now, I don't know if the people that say compensators are a gimmick don't have a lot of experience with firearms, because I'm not going to lie. If you gave me a 43, or if I've never shot a firearm in my life and you gave me one and I shot it, and then you gave me the same gun with a compensator, I don't really think I could tell you much of a difference. But for somebody that has put thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds through a specific firearm, and then you go and throw a compensator on there, you're gonna know the difference. And it's a good difference because it definitely does reduce recoil for sure. So compensators, that's gonna be legit. Legit. Next up is going to be lasers. Gimmick or legit. So my very first firearm, before I even had it in my hands, I wanted to put a laser on it so bad. I was like, I'm going to put a laser on my Glock 19 and I'm going to be the baddest mofo on the planet. Okay? And I did do it. I did put the laser on there. And then a couple months later, I realized, wow, this is a gimmick. Yes, I said it. Okay? Now wait, let me just specify this. I'm talking about on handguns specifically, okay? Not long guns, not anything like that, because that's a whole different story, okay? I'm talking about handguns, okay? Just had to point that out. Yes, they are a gimmick. Now let me explain why, okay? When can you use a laser? Not during the day, because you can't see it, Okay, so that rules out. At night is the only time you can use a laser because that's when you can see it, or in low visibility times, okay? Now, if you can't use a laser during the day and you can only use it at night, what else can you use at night? A flashlight. Now, 10 out of 10 times, I prefer to have the flashlight rather than a laser, okay? Number one, a flashlight, I can see everything. I can see everything around me. I can see my target. I can see beyond my target. I can see everything, okay? With a laser, no, you can't see nothing. You can maybe see like a 5-inch circle. That's about it, okay? So I would much rather have a flashlight in every scenario in low light visibility. So laser, gimmick. All right, guys, for the last one, I want you guys to decide in the comments, legit or gimmick, because I myself personally have zero experience with this. So I wasn't going to say what's what because I'm not entirely sure, right? Twisted rounds. I don't know what you call these things, but I'm going to try to have it focus on the camera here. So it's almost like if you took a hollow point and you reversed it, right? Hopefully you guys got a good look at that. So let me know down in the comments if this is a gimmick or not. And please explain why, because I am actually very curious. And yeah, I'm just curious about this. So you guys let me know, gimmick or legit. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you liked it. There will definitely be a part 2 for the legit or gimmick. So if you guys got any things you want me to talk about, see if they're legit or not, drop it down in the comments and I'll look at them and I will probably put them in part 2. So yeah. All right, guys, I'll see you next Thursday.